My name is Richard Patrick.
And I am Johnny Radtke.
We're the band Filter, parts of it.
Yeah.
The good parts. we're more of the creative side of it. No, Phil Buckman and Jeff Fatt play the other instruments.
Yeah, great.
On tour, and they're both amazing people. Well, I remember when I was 4 years old, I heard Neil Diamond, Hot August Nights, and he says, like a couple times in the record, he's like, "Take it, Rich," you know, and I thought he meant me, so I started airing the guitar, and I always just loved music and just knew as soon as I was around 9 or 10 that I was going to be doing it for the rest of my life.
I grew up in a very musical family. Both my parents and my grandparents on both sides in the industry, so it was very, my household was very musical, obviously, and it was encouraged to study. And but it was something I wanted to do anyway. It didn't seem, you had a lot of kids and friends growing up that had mandatory piano lessons as I did, but I loved it. They hated it. They thought it was more of like a chore. And this was something I always knew that I'd be doing this. I'm inspired by a lot of things, stuff that happens in my personal life and whatever. And I, especially this new record with us collaborating together and writing together. It's, that's us being us, literally, and it's very personal, and I like putting it out there.
We always just go for the riff.
Yeah.
We go for a guitar hook. We try and write 3 or 4 parts together. We can add a melody on top of that, and then there's some lyrics, and we talk about stuff. It's funny when we start writing lyrics, we're like, what's going on, man? And we'll just sit there and talk about like things that are important to us, and then the next thing you know, you'll start remembering things. And, personal, and sometimes political, sometimes world view. The song "Soldier of Misfortune" was about a friend of ours that got killed in Iraq, and how horrendous the war was, and how stupid our government was. But then we'll talk about my kids, and he loves my kids, and he's like an uncle to them, and as long as you kind of include everybody in your message, we hate it when you get what you wanted. We hate it when your dreams come true, because 99% of the people that live in America are not getting what they want. It's sad to think that 40% of the world doesn't even have clean water. So it's like, I can only imagine how fucking pissed I'd be if I knew that something else was beyond the horizon over there over the mountains. That we don't really prefer to do any particular songwriting. It's just that we happen to be left of center on our views, and at the same time, we've been through a lot, so we use personal experience, as a means, but those are universal themes, and you just have to kind of follow that. No. My brother is the T-1000, but he is very much a man. I'd probably get mad at me for telling him, but he fell off his bike going at 60 miles an hour and rolled like Evel Knievel rolling down the highway. No, he was possibly, they had to write it into a season of I don't know if it was True Blood. No, The Unit. He telescoped his arm when he landed because he wiped out on his motorcycle. But he is very much a man, and he's a good one at that.
We were obviously very involved with the artwork. We almost completed the record. We'd already had an idea of what we wanted to call it, the vibe, the vision that we had for it. So when we originally started pulling pictures of the sun from the moon's surface, looking at this black sky with the sun, in the middle of it, because that was sort of the theme that we had going on. And we had an idea in the beginning, that was kind of our concept, and then working with Michelle at our record label, she was just awesome.
She was like, wow, they cleared the pictures, we can use this. And
But then
we were like, well, that's obviously way too. It's just
Yeah.
automatically you're thinking about Apollo.
Yeah, right.
So we told her to just like imagine the sun as lens flare and like a picture, and so she found just a bunch of pictures that had been taken by artists, and then we just kind of went with that. And this is the first record that it's gotten kind of like earthy, but the reality is that it's always been about graphics. It's always been about graphics for us and not a lot of pictures. Abstract colors and stuff. That filter logo is always there. It's always the same logo, but like the abstract colors and everything, just the blurred colors, that's new for us, and that was really cool.
Being in Kilhanna, I was in that band for many years, and I still work with those guys. But I mean, this is Ashes Divide with Billy Howardell and the guys from Perfect Circle. That's great too. They're all different though. This experience has been, great. I've always wanted to work with Rich. We've been friends for many years, and talked about it in the past. But
the other band I used to be in was a band called 9 Inch Nails.
Don't know who that is.
That is a band that they've been around for a little while. That's it. I did a band called Army of Anyone, actually, with the DeLeo brothers from Stone Temple Pilots, and that was very, very fun. Very, very good exercise in what it's like to be in a band. We're gonna go back. We're gonna tour Stone Temple Pilots in the States, and then we're gonna do our own headlining thing until somewhere in November, and then I'm sure we're gonna play some festivals in around the December area for Christmas and stuff like that. And then the new year begins, and that is why we're trying to figure that out right now. I want to come back to Europe. They're more playful, but American audiences, are playful too.
But these,
it's just that it seems more. It
seems more dedicated.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Well, the Americans are, used to having everything like, you know what I mean, like ba ba. You know what I mean, like. I don't know what it is between the two cultures, but the European audiences are just so much more vocal and crazy and insane.